Think about the last time a passing comment from a friend just completely ruined your day. We have all been there.
Oh, absolutely. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So why do we hand over the heavy keys to our self-worth to people who are, just as flawed as we are? Welcome, my friend, to today's deep dive. Gather around.
Yes, please join us.
Today we are looking at day 3 of this beautiful spiritual guide called Knowing Who You Are. And our shared mission today is to unearth the true, unshakable source of our identity based on these notes.
And it is such a vital mission because, well, when we misunderstand where our true worth comes from, the damage does not just stop at our own doorstep.
No, it really does not.
The whole community feels that fracture. We start demanding things from our people that they were simply never meant to give.
That communal impact is so, so real. Okay, let's unpack this. The notes anchor this entire problem to a very specific, powerful verse, right?
Yes, Corinthians 5:17.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which declares that anyone in Christ is a new creation. The old is gone, the new is here. But, what does stepping into this new creation actually require us to leave behind?
Well, it requires leaving behind the old metric of how we measure a human life.
Mhm.
Being a new creation is not just some poetic metaphor for feeling a bit better.
Right. It is much deeper than that.
Exactly that. It means the core foundation of your value has fundamentally shifted. Instead of your worth being calculated by, say, what you produce for the village or who approves of you, it is permanently fixed.
Because the creator of the universe chose you.
Yes, precisely.
Which really brings us to the old way we operate, right? Building our identity on the shifting opinions of others. It is like expecting your partner to solve all your deep insecurities.
Oh, that is a terribly heavy burden.
It is like asking a single thin pillar to hold up a massive skyscraper. The pillar isn't bad, and the skyscraper isn't bad.
But structurally, it will inevitably collapse.
Exactly, just under the sheer weight of your expectations. Why do we keep expecting human beings to give us an identity that only God can provide?
What's fascinating here is how the text addresses the mechanics of that exact burden. It points out that human beings are beautifully designed to share life.
We are meant for community.
Yes, but we do not possess the structural capacity to be the source of someone else's existence. When we put this crushing expectation on our loved ones, silently demanding they make us feel valuable, the relationship just buckles.
It really does.
Because your value was settled long before human acceptance or rejection even entered the picture. God created you in His image.
That is profound. But let's be real with each other for a moment here. Saying our identity doesn't depend on our income or relationship status, well, it's easy when we're just discussing notes in a quiet room.
Very true. The reality outside is different.
Right. Out in the marketplace, comparison is the air we breathe. We look at our neighbor's harvest and suddenly feel our own is lacking. How do we practically stop measuring our worth by these temporary things?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the guide gives us a very practical grounding exercise to break that cycle of comparison. It directs you to slowly read Psalm 139, verses 13 through 18.
Okay, and then what?
Then, instead of looking sideways at the person next door, the task is to look inward. You write down 3 specific qualities God gave you to bless others.
Oh, wow. That shifts the entire landscape of the mind.
Exactly.
You move from focusing on the perceived lack in yourself to recognizing the abundance you can actually offer to your community.
The psychological shift there is profound. When you operate from that deeply secure place, you stop trying to control people.
Because your peace isn't tied to whether they validate you anymore.
Precisely. You become free to love them sincerely, forgive their missteps generously, and serve the community with genuine humility.
Because your confidence rests completely on solid rock, which naturally brings us to the life principle from our notes today.
Yes, a very important one.
It says the strongest relationships are built by people whose identity is rooted in Christ, rather than in the fleeting approval of others.
You enter into relationships already knowing your life has purpose, rather than chasing relationships to forge a purpose. The burden is lifted from everyone.
That is so liberating, and the author captures this beautifully in their final thought. It says, when your identity is secure in Christ, you no longer need another person to complete you.
You are free to love them completely.
Yes, and they leave us with a wonderful blessing to take onto the road today. Walk well today.
Such beautiful wisdom we should all carry into our daily lives.
Absolutely. So, as you step back out into the world today, think back to that towering skyscraper. If a storm came and stripped away your relationship status, your job title, and your biggest achievements, what would be left holding you up? What is truly at the foundation of your identity?